Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's December 11th, 2025. It's morning, it's 11 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll get up into the teens, probably 15 degrees Fahrenheit today, but we're going to have some sunshine today, which is not all that common here in central New York during the winter months. So I thought what I'd do is clean off some of the solar panels behind me here. I had cleaned them off the day before yesterday. But I didn't clean them off yesterday, so there's some spots that'll be tough to clean off. We'll see what we can do. So that, and I do want to get some cardboard for sheet mulching, get it out here into the sugar shack, and get it out of my way. Some of the boxing from the shelving units and boxing from the garage doors and all. That cardboard is real good for sheet mulching, which we use in the gardens and all. So the big pieces I like saving. So we'll see how things go this morning. Here we go.
When the sun is shining bright and the day turns into night, we gather what the earth provides in the warmth where life abides. From the sky above to the ground below, every moment, every glow, we capture light, we hold it tight for the times when there's no light.
Catch and store energy, let it flow. Save the bounty, let it grow. Harness the power of the sun for the future, for everyone. Catch and store energy, make it last. Build a future from the past.
In the raindrops, in the breeze, in the branches of the trees, nature's gifts, they come and go. It's our task to make them grow. In the summer's heat and the winter's chill, we find the strength, we find the will to gather all that we receive and store it up so we believe.
Catch and store energy, let it flow. Save the bounty, let it grow. Harness the power of the sun for the future, for everyone. Catch and store energy, make it last. Build a future from the past.
In the flow of water, in the gusts of wind, in the cycles that never end, we find the means to keep the flame, and in our hearts, we'll do the same.
Catch and store energy, let it flow. Save the bounty, let it grow. Harness the power of the sun for the future, for everyone. Catch and store energy, make it last. Build a future from the past.
So when the night is cold and dark, we'll have the spark, we'll have the spark.
Catch and store energy day by day in nature's wisdom. We'll find our way.
I didn't always know where I was headed. As a kid, they called me a troublemaker. Not smart, just a dreamer, chasing things they couldn't see. They didn't see the way my mind worked, how it wandered toward purpose, even when I didn't have the words yet. I was restless, wild even, but not lost, just trying to find soil where I could grow. I didn't fit in their boxes, didn't walk the straight lines they laid out for me, and for a while I wondered if they were right. But time taught me different. I learned how to work with my hands, how to listen to the land, how to build something lasting, a life made of effort, sweat, mistakes, and the kind of joy that comes from doing things your way. There were storms, real ones, and the kind that come crashing inside your chest. but I weather them. With Thea by my side, with faith in my back pocket, and a stubborn streak that said this story isn't over. Now I see change not as something to fear, but as something I've walked through again and again. From the city to the country, from punching clocks to planting trees, from being dismissed to being someone others come to for wisdom. I've watched this world shift, seen the old ways crumble and the new ones rise, sometimes for better, sometimes not. But I don't fight it anymore, I face the strange, because strange is where growth lies. And though time keeps moving faster now it seems, I still can't trace it, I can only live it fully. In the soil, in the seasons, in the quiet pride of building a life that matters.
Okay, I just got the bulk of the snow off of the solar panels. There's still, so just underneath the snow surface are the ice. So it's all crusty ice, you know, probably between 1/16 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch, depending on where it is. In some places a good 1/2 inch, you know, in places like this and all. And so I use the roof shovel to get it off this time. Now, often if the snow starts after the glass on the solar panels has already gotten to the frozen point, the snow will just sit on there, and I can just use my foam broom to clean it off. But as you can see, there's big chunks of ice all along in here. And the west side is already starting to melt pretty quickly, so that works out pretty good. You know, here we are to the east, and you can see the forest line there. The sun's just coming up over that area, but it starts off baking a little bit of the west side over here, and you can see it's melting. And this will clean off. Now, if I want to really speed it up, I take my my foam, you know, extension, and just wipe this off. But within an hour, and I have other things I've got to get done today, this gets it enough to the point where it can get cleaned off pretty quickly. So this is the first set that I did, the first rack system that I did, and you see it's coming off pretty darn quickly here, and it's going to generate some decent power today, which is not common here. We have so much, you know, the lake effect cloud cover all winter long, and so the solar panels here in the Northeast just aren't as effective as we'd like them to be. So we'll be expanding our solar panels. The little brackets that go underneath it to help hold them on the rack system, Bill from Skyline Solar, he's the one who installed these systems. He came out and fixed replaced the broken ones and refastened them. And again, you can see on the east side, because the sun comes up over, hits the array later than it does the west side, you can see that they're moving along. But it's melting. So one of the things I'm going to do now, I'm going to continue to use Doge, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the cardboard for sheet mulching out here to the sugar shack. But I'll go ahead and fire up the Hulk, the track loader, and because Optimus going down this hill and all, and it's pretty icy underneath here. It's even with the tracks of the Hulk, I can get a little there, but I could slip, and I don't want to bang into anything around in here. So down there you could see yesterday, after I got done working with Lori and Corey, I went ahead and cleaned out the snow. We want to keep it from accumulating below the array system here. This time of year, we often will have days that get up to 40 degrees above freezing. We're just not having them this year. So it's important to try and keep the snow accumulation at the base of the solar panels cleared as best as I can. So I'm gonna go fire up the Hulk, let that warm up. I'll take Doge here, we'll bring the cardboard out here, and that'll accomplish a couple of things. So here we go.
They see the Cybertruck and the land we've grown. Think I'm sitting easy, that it's all just owned. But they don't see the years it took to strive, the lessons learned, the will to thrive. Wealth isn't just the things we hold, it's the stories lived, the values bold. This is the wealth we build each day, in the seeds we plant, in the work we stay. It's not just money, but heart and soul, the 10 forms of capital that make us whole. Living, learning, giving our best, true wealth's the life we manifest. Material tools help build the dream, from the wood stove warmth to the flowing stream. Living capitals in the soil we feed, a cycle of care for every need. Social bonds in the friends we find, community strong, ties that bind, ties that bind. Cultural roots in the stories we share, the laughter, the wisdom, the love in the air. It's not about the dollar signs, it's about the treasures of our time. This is the wealth we build each day, in the seeds we plant, in the work we stay. It's not just money, but heart and soul, the 10 forms of capital that make us whole. Living, learning, giving our best, true wealth's the life we've manifest. Spiritual faith keeps our hearts aligned, physical strength in the steps we climb, and emotional grace when the world feels tough, intellectual growth in the knowledge we trust. They see the tools, the gear, the land, but it's the sweat and care that built it by hand. Every beam, every seed, every road we've laid was done with purpose, not a fortune paid. This is the wealth we build each day, in the seeds we plant, in the work we stay. It's not just money, but heart and soul, the 10 forms of capital that make us whole. Living, learning, giving our best, true wealth's the life we've manifest. So to all our friends who watch and see, this wealth isn't measured by currency. It's in the life we share, the lessons we teach, the 10 forms of capital we all can reach.
Okay, I'm in Optimus. This is going to be my first time doing a little bit of snow blowing today. It's pretty cold. we'll see just how everything works out here. PTO is on. In medium, in turtle mode right now. Actually, I'm going to turn the chute down some. Yeah, you see the snow comes blowing right back in here. I gotta get used to adjusting the depth here on the blower. I certainly don't want to dig in too much here because this will get lumpy and bumpy over here, and this is a soft spot, and I did not get a chance to put a driveway in this area. So this is a testing to see just how well everything's going to work here today. We don't have much snow here. I did use the Hulk to go ahead and do some clearing of snow this morning out by the solar panels, at the base of the solar panels. Thing I have to be concerned about is digging in. I just don't want to dig into this soil here as I'm changing angles. There's and I think I'll shoot the chute up a little bit higher there. Go straight ahead. I asked Thea, she took down the bird feeders so I don't fill those up with snow. This could pack the snow right into them and nothing flat. I'm going to try and go over this spot again. I probably should go out and fill this tank up. It shows 3/4. Try not to bury the birds out here. All the songbirds that love the bushes right around the transformer. Having a sunny day today. I wish we had more of those here in central New York. Well, the good thing is the ground looks fairly solid here. raise it up a little bit more. Yeah, digging up a little soil there. Yeah, I really do thank God we haven't had any significant snow yet. And as much as I don't like it when it doesn't thaw, on these cold beginnings to winter, it does make it easier, so I'm less likely to dig into the ground and shear a pin. Yeah, this ground seems nice and firm so far, everything I'm on here. Not sure what that noise was. Hopefully I didn't just shear a pin. I heard a bang. The way it was just snow was coming out of the chute there a minute ago, it looked like everything was okay. Yeah, that's doing good. I just never know when I picked up a rock when I've been driving back and forth with the equipment. Between Lori and I think we got 90% of the rocks up, and probably 99% of the rocks up on the driveway. So that's good. Often this time of year, be early, you know, end of November, early December. Dug in a little bit there. We often have thaws during the daytime and freezing at nighttime. Get up into the 30s, sometimes right up into 40 degrees. But that's not the case lately. We'll have one 40-degree day according to weather forecast coming up. And it's supposed to rain, and then it's supposed to snow, I think, during the night, turn to rain in the maybe around noon, I think, and then turn back to snow by evening. So those days can be a pain in the butt. Just really want to have a good solid base. Yeah, I could see I got into a little gravel over there. When it's such shallow snow, not very deep snow at all, just a couple of inches, like 3 inches of snow in many places, but here it looks like just 1 inch. Oh, this is the area, part of the area that I went over last night with the Hulk. And this morning I used it as well. In the next couple of years, I really want to resculpt the lawn and driveway parking areas here so that it doesn't undulate as much as it does. which allows you to dig in with a piece of equipment. A lot of reshaping. This whole area has got to be done. Dang it. Dang. Yeah, so I'm digging in here some. And I don't want to dig in. I just threw something up there, pretty good size. I wonder if Lori's used a little snowblower yet. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and lower it some. I don't want to throw it that far. Slow down quite a bit so it has a chance for the auger to feed it right up to the secondary auger. There we go. Raise it up. Go forward a little bit. We'll drag it back some. Raise it up some. I see another branch in the driveway here. A little too deep there, digging into the gravel. Dang it. And of course now it's getting a little warm in here. Dang it, digging into the ground again. It looks like it chopped up that branch. Small caliber. So this is Optimus Maximus. It's a Kubota Grandel 6060 with the auto hitch attachment for the snowblower here. It's very nice to be inside of a cab. Cranial Access had commented recently about he's still using a front end loader and a back blower. And I just had a front end loader for so many years. My first snowblower I bought, I knew I wanted to have one front mounted on the Mahindra tractor that I had. I'm going to raise this up some now. Try and divert a lot of the snow up into the air. Once I get a good solid base here on the driveway, life will be a bit easier. And by a solid base right now, all I mean is, you know, frozen ground and fill in all the voids so the things are smooth, which takes a couple of snow blowing efforts for that to happen. And then in the future, of course, having the situation where we've got a really nice limestone base here. We got a little bit of wind coming out of the northwest, blowing the snow to the east. Dang it, right into some of that. Well, mostly leaves and moss there, it looks like. Some sod. Yeah, so there's where some of the water has come down off the driveway when it rains, and that area is not frozen yet. So pick that blower up a little bit here. Yeah. This whole area needs to be modified. I've got to make some tree guards for the Japanese maples that got basically destroyed last winter. Not destroyed, but severely damaged last winter. Got the different heights of the flag in front of the concrete flag that's in front of the garage here, which is higher than the rest of the area. She's probably got 6 inches over here. The solar panels that I cleaned off today. Now, the I think it got up to about 31 degrees Fahrenheit, and of course with the glass on the solar panels being black, they're probably 33 or 34 degrees, the surface of them. And of course when it started snowing on it, it started melting, then it froze, so it turned to like a ground glass ice on the surface of the solar plant panels. So that was a bit tough to try and clear that off. Often what I like is if when things are still really cold and things aren't thawing, well, then it's a little bit easier cleaning those panels off. I can use the foam a foam apparatus. It's like a little shovel, but it's made out of foam. You just drag it backward on a very long extendable pole. The roof shovel there is made out of hard plastic. It doesn't really damage it, but I don't like things banging up against the solar panels or something too firm. Since the snow is blowing to the east because of the winds coming out of the northwest, we'll start on the west side of the driveway going up and blow it to the east. See how this all works here. Turn the RPMs up to about 2,000 so I can really throw it a ways. When I'm off to the side like this, right at the edge where the pillars are, I try not to go too deep because there's such a crown in this driveway that I can start, the tractor can start to follow, go down the downhill side of the crown. I can see it's a little soft at the edges over there. Thank goodness Lori got all these rocks up along in here. As we get close to the road here, I'm going to keep moving that chute back so I come back on our property as opposed to going just on a diagonal here. Now that we've got to go up, I don't want to dig into the stones up here. No vehicles come in, pick it up, drop it down, pull her back. Lift her up. Trying to follow the contour here. Raise it up a little bit, drop her down, drag her back. When I do this, it can be real slippery if you step on those areas. But it's real good. The plows haven't made a big pile here. I think they just salted this last one. Oh, got into some dirt there. Dang it. You can feel those rocks shooting out of the chute there. Got soft right over there. Raise this puppy up a little bit here. Good. Oh, a little bit too deep there. Raise her up again. I'm digging in here a little bit too much. It's soft up here. Okay, how's everything? No traffic? Get my four-ways out. I forgot about doing that. Kick her into high while we go over here now. Back down to low. Okay, it gets pretty soft over here. Gotta only scoop the surface. Can't tell on camera here, but we're on an angle here because of the crown in the driveway. I need to make this less of a crown when I redo this driveway. Trying to avoid the chute blasting the lamps on the pillars. I'll get closer here and then pick up that little bit when I turn around. Okay, let's go way up high, try to go above the lamp here. Lift her up some, drag her back. That's good, lift her up. Yeah, we dug up a few little stones there. See if I run that over my tires, pack it down a little bit, that dirt and stone there. Because if it freezes solid, could be a problem later on. And we'll drop that down some. No vehicles. Well, there's one way off. I think that's a mailman. Good. 4 ways off. Raise that chute up some more. Now earlier I took the Hulk out back and moved the snow around there. I might go on out back. Yeah, I think we're probably in good shape now. You know what? Just gonna blow snow onto here and that'll all melt inside of the shop. So I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, just going to clean things off now. Well, things worked out pretty well today. I did have some troubles with this camera here, thinking that the battery was going to go dead, so I did a factory reset and reset it and all. So we got some things done. We got the solar plant panels cleaned off today. We got the cardboard moved out into the sugar shack. And I see one more thing I got to do after this. Got the snow removed from underneath the solar panels where the snow comes off of with the Hulk here, the big machine. And then did some clearing of some snow out around the shipping containers down the road, down going back by the soil, the leaf mold composting system back there, and the roadway. Came around here as well, did some work with the Hulk. I got to clean this up right here in front of me here, because that was on the bottom of the bucket. Cleaned up around here. Oh, dang it. Sorry about that. Cleaned up over to the other side of the building there as well. Then after lunch, I went ahead and got on Optimus. First time snow blowing with that this season. It worked out pretty well. And went up the driveway a few times around front where the mailbox is, and down right in front of the house. Cleaned up. One of the things I usually don't show, and I probably should, especially the beginning of the season when there's lots of sod that gets picked up and all, that gets basically jam-packed in every nook and crevice down here. And so that requires me to dig that all out with a crowbar. So I got that cleaned out. You know, this thing really makes life really much easier, cleaning the snow and all. I hate using it in the very beginning of the season because the ground isn't completely thawed and the ground undulates. So we dig up some sod, it gets jam-packed in there, so it's real important to keep that cleaned out as well. And so not too much else is going to get done today. I'm just going to do a little more shoveling and call it quits for the day. So took the whole day to get those things done, believe it or not. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope you folks enjoyed it. Those of you that are not familiar with the Kubota Grand L6060 and the auto hitch front mount snowblower, works fantastic. Really, really great. And of course, I owe an awful lot to the Hulk here, the Takushi TL12 V2 track loader. This machine is a beast. So that worked out really well as well. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye now. Where's the darn button? There we go.